Good afternoon, everyone. A big welcome to all who are joining us at our Youth4Climate Concert 2023 this afternoon. My name is MJ and I will be your MC for this event. Let's start with some climate facts, shall we? Did you know that global carbon dioxide emissions from fossil fuels hit a record high in 2022? The trajectory that humanity is on is not one that we want to continue. That's just last year, you know. So we must all do our part in fighting climate change and addressing our use of fossil fuels. Driving climate action requires all hands on deck, and CDL has always believed in the power of youths to enact positive change. In support of Go Green Singapore, organised by the Ministry of Sustainability and the Environment, we are pleased to welcome you to the 6th Youth4Climate Concert. Today's concert showcases an exciting lineup of several acts by youth, including a storytelling session from the winners of previous years of My Treehouse We Love Our Planet storytelling contest. So this concert not only promotes climate action, it also rallies support for social causes through the 2023 President's Challenge. For every like or share of CDL's Youth4Climate related social media posts, CDL will match a donation of $5 to the President's Challenge. To kickstart the program today, can I please have the youngest member to have embarked on this year's Antarctic climate expedition, 12-year-old award-winning pianist Hilary Ife O'Sullivan, to perform a piano rendition of an Antarctic Rhapsody by Eric Bettens, a Belgian award-winning music composer who was commissioned to write the piece for this expedition. Next up, Hilary will play Etude's Opus 25, number 2 in F minor, The Bees by Chopin. Bees are an important pollinator species, keystone species, and just like many other species, including us, we depend on them for survival through their pollination. Without bees, we simply would not be able to survive. So Hilary, whenever you are ready, please take it away. Next up, join me in welcoming award-winning 40-year-old Jacob Cheng, who at just 5 years old was accepted into the Nanyang School of Young Talents and selected for programs such as the New Virtuosi Master Course in the UK and the Singapore Violin Festival. He will be performing a beautiful violin performance of Handel Halvorsen's Passacaglia for violin and cello, alongside 13-year-old Timothy Chua, who will be playing the cello. Next up, please join me in welcoming our next act, a dance solo by 12-year-old Lauren Ng from Stage Lights by Lighthouse Dance, who will be performing the song Trust Me Again.
I've made a mess, and we're laying in it, 1 foot away, but feeling the distance. I gave you 1,000,000 reasons and watched them tear you down, and I'm paying now. I've waited for you my whole life. Why would I put you through hell? You got caught in the crossfire from the war with myself. Tell me now, would you love me again? Give me another chance. Is this where our story ends? And I'm gonna kiss you the way that I should. I'm gonna hold you like I never could. I'll be better. Would you ever trust me again? For all the nights you slept on your own, all the hours you felt so alone, all the tears that you cried, I wish I could just rewind it all. I'll leave roses right by the bed, lay you down and hold your head. I swear I'll do better, try harder and harder each day, if you stay.
Right now, it is my pleasure to invite up to the stage 6-year-old Zach Armstrong Chia, top winner of the preschool category in 2022, and his big sister, 8-year-old Kimberlyn Chia, who was the top winner of the preschool category in 2021.
In Singapore, a city both modern and fair, live siblings, Lily and Max, a curious pair. They resided up high in a towering block with a rooftop balcony where they would often flock. One day, they discovered tucked behind a brick a packet of seeds, a tropical multifloral pit. Together, they planted them in a small dirt space. And soon the garden bloomed a magical embrace. The rooftop flourished with colors so bright, exotic flowers and plants, a tropical respite. Amid the city's bustle, the siblings found a retreat, a secret garden where magic and nature would meet. It wasn't long before they encountered new friends, enchanted insects with whom the garden depends. First came Buzz, a bee wearing golden crown. Her mission was to pollinate the flowers all around. Buzz spread pollen with her delicate wings, ensuring all the flowers bloom like in fairy tale springs. Your garden's a treasure, she hummed with pride. I'll help it flourish right here by your side. Next came Munch, a caterpillar plump and green, wearing a tiny wizard's hat and a perpetual grin. I made him some leaves, but I promise you this, I cast spells to help them, so don't be remiss. As Munch munched away, he shed his tail. One day I'll become a butterfly, and in the skies I'll sail. The siblings watched and waited with anticipation for Munch's transformation, a wondrous celebration. Soon came Buggy, a night beetle so small, wearing arm-like orchids, proud and standing tall. Your children, he said, I'll protect your garden's health by breaking down dead leaves, a true source of wealth. Lily and Max thanked Buggy for his noble stance and admired his orchid armor's vibrant dance. Together, they cared for their garden so grand, watering the plants, tending the land. Then one day, a butterfly graced their sights, its wings shimmering in the city's vibrant light. I'm Flutters, once Munch, but now I've grown, a magical butterfly, the secrets of nature I've known. As the days passed, their garden grew free and wild. A magical oasis where mythical creatures beguiled. Elves, tiny dragons, and the famed Merlion. Their rooftop garden, a world beyond the horizon. High above Singapore, their garden did rise, floating with magic, a sight for sore eyes, whispering flowers and plants that glow, a reward for the love they did bestow. Lily and Max nurtured their garden with grace, a floating oasis of magical embrace. They learned a great lesson, both simple and grand. When we care for the earth, together we'll stand. Thank you.
Next up, we have an 8-year-old Lauren Fleur, who was the winner of the lower primary category back in 2022. Let's listen to a story that she has written and illustrated all by herself.
Hello everyone, my name is Lauren Fleur, and today I'm going to share with you the story of Isatou Cisse and the recycling women of the Gambia. In Gambia, Isatou's face hides in the shadows of her palm leaf basket. Her village is close now, smelling her grandmother's cooking. She tilts her head up too high, causing the basket to tip over. Fruits tumble out, and the basket breaks apart in front of her. Her basket is useless now. She knows it will crumble and mix back in with the dirt. Suddenly, something silky dances past her eyes. Isatou discovers the strange fabric can carry things inside. Isatou admires the plastic bag that carries her items. She continues to observe how her neighbors use these plastic bags in different ways. Enthralled, she swings her plastic bag too high, and the handle breaks. Her items scatter on the sand. Luckily, another plastic bag floats by, and she tucks her things inside. Her torn bag is useless now. She drops it in the dirt, as everyone does. Day after day, the bag she dropped is still there. Soon, one bag turns to 2, then to 10, then to hundreds and hundreds of plastic bags in the sand. Years pass, and Isatou grows older. She barely notices the ugliness growing around her, until one day, Isatou overhears the local meat seller. Many goats eat these, thinking it's food, but the bags twist around their necks, and it suffocates them to death. Saddened, Isatou returns to the piles of discarded plastic bags that stand as wide as a river. Mosquitoes swarm near dirty pools of water alongside the pile. She knows too much to ignore them now. Holding her breath, she plucks one plastic bag from a pile. Then 2, then 10, then 100. What can we do? Isatou asks her friends. Let's wash them, Fatim suggests. They find clothespins and clip the washed bags on the line. They proceed to cut the bags into strips and roll them into spools of plastic thread. They use these threads to crochet and make as many recycled purses as they could. Some people laugh at them, while others call them dirty, but they believe what they are doing is good. Fingers sore and blistered, they haul the recycled purses to the city market to sell. One day, a woman lays the lassie coins on the table. Excited, she shows the purse that she bought to all her friends, and soon everyone wants one. Isatou and her friends were overjoyed. On their way home, Isatou passes by the piles of discarded plastic bags. But she smiles because they are smaller now. She tells herself, one day they will be gone and my home will be beautiful once again. The end. Isatou's story is not just a fable. It is our reality. Did you know that last year, Singapore generated 1 million tons of plastic waste? and only 6% was recycled? When we throw anything away, it must go somewhere. But plastic is a waste that nature can't digest. Plastic bags are objects that we use for minutes, but they remain with us for centuries. So start today, start small. Don't use plastic, use cloth. Be creative, be like Institute, and go the extra mile. I am a child and I outgrow t-shirts all the time. But instead of throwing them away, I take a pair of scissors and cut the sleeves to make handles, cut the neckline to make a wider opening, and snip the bottom hem to create smaller strips which I tie together for the base. And ta-da! A trendy bag made from trash. From Institute's story, I'm deeply inspired that mindfulness matters and tiny decisions make big differences. And using creativity, we can bring real change.
Next up, I'd like to invite up to the stage 10-year-old Naira Chawla to present her story. She was the upper primary winner for the 2022 contest, where she shared her inspiring story on her beach cleaning adventure.
Did you know an estimate of 8 million tons of plastic waste enters our oceans every year? 70% of that debris sinks into our ocean's ecosystem. 15% of it floats, while 15% of it lands on our beaches. Good evening, everyone. My name is Naira, and today I'm here to share my experience about cleaning the beaches in Singapore. It all started on a sunny Saturday morning. Me and my parents went for a morning walk to Sembawang Beach. Suddenly, I tripped on a plastic bottle. When I stood up, I saw something horrific. The whole beach was full of trash. I could not stand the sight, nor the implications that it had on the environment. I felt unhappy and told my parents to head home. When I head home, I thought about the incident at the beach, about how marine life was being affected by this plastic waste, how turtles and fishes would swallow these plastics and die due to suffocation. Aquatic plants would be dead due to lack of sunlight, and our waters would be polluted because of toxic substances. So I thought of an idea. I convinced my parents to start a beach cleaning campaign. We designed and printed posters, then posted them on the notice boards around the neighborhood. People got attracted to my campaign. We got phone calls every day from people around the neighborhood. We even planned a meeting to plan for the beach cleaning event. We went to the town council to ask for permission to proceed in this event, and they happily approved the idea. After months and months of planning, the day finally came. We were very excited. We gathered around the beach and started cleaning. As more trash bags filled, the beach became cleaner and cleaner, and when we were done, the beach looked clean wherever our eyes went. It was absolutely wonderful, and I was very content. I have learned an invaluable lesson from my experience, and I hope you've learned one too. The Earth is a precious planet which provides us with all the resources we need to survive. So let's all take a few simple steps towards living a more sustainable life. I will continue to help the neighborhood committee and expand this initiative to other neighborhoods as well, so we can all enjoy a cleaner and greener Singapore, our island nation. Thank you.
So next up, we have a guitar trio featuring 16-year-old Kentaro Yo, 20-year-old Chu Zikiet, and 16-year-old Wang Rongyi from Nanyang Polytechnic's Guitarist Club with their rendition of Doraemon theme. So beloved for half a century, the cat-type robot Doraemon travels from the future and meets Nobita, a human. Whatever problems Nobita is facing, Doraemon will always understand. He never left Nobita alone without a solution. So let's all be like Doraemon and not leave the climate crisis unresolved. Next up, we have a guitar solo by Wang Rong-yi, performing Son de la Campanella by Joao Pernambuco. The Earth is our home and we only have one Earth, and we need to do everything we can to protect it. Coming up next is a dance solo by 12-year-old Lauren Ng from Stage Lights by Lighthouse Dance, who will be performing The Only. Let's do all that we can to protect our only Earth, the only home that we have.
I can't be the only one who's lonely tonight. I can't be the only one who's was drinking by myself, wishing that I was somewhere else, talking to voices in my head, because at least they're listening. Right here's an easy place to hide. I stay in bed and shut the blinds. Don't even know where I would go, but I know that there's gotta be somebody out there. There's gotta be somebody somewhere who needs company, and it's comforting to know I can't be the only one who's lonely tonight. No, I can't be the only one who's lonely. No, I can't be the only.
Next up, we have a dance trio from Stage Lights by Lighthouse Dance, comprising 8-year-old Mika Tan, Mila Tan, and Maya Lau, who will be performing Oh, the Things You Can Think, based on the Dr. Seuss book.
Oh, the things you can think. Oh, the things you can think. If you're willing to try. Think invisible ink, or a kink with a stink, or a stare to the sky. If you open your mind, oh, the things you will find lining up to get loose. Oh, the things you can think when you think about Seuss. Just think!
Oh, the things you can think and wonder and dream far and wide as you dare.
Oh, the things you can think
when your things have run right in the blink of an eye. There's another think there. If you open your mind, all the things you will find lining up to get loose. All the things you can think.
Oh, the things you can think.
All the things you can think.
Oh, the things you can think.
All the things you can think when you think about Seuss. When you think about Seuss. When you think about Seuss.
Coming up next, we have a choir of 20 Primary 2 to Primary 4 students from Nanyang Primary School performing Song for the Ocean, composed by Kristen Hoffman. Ocean awareness takes many voices, and we can all start singing and acting to protect the ocean today.
There's an
Next, the same choir from Nanyang Primary School will perform Youth4Climate's theme song, O'er the Land. The song reminds everyone, like you and me, that we can play an active role in our fight to combat climate change.
We water the land, the sky, the sea, and all living creatures seen and unseen.
That dwell in this world a home, custodians are we, oh the earth, our land, the sky, and the sea.
Water the land, the sky, the sea, and all living creatures seen and unseen. That dwell in this world a home, custodians are we, oh the earth, our land, the sky, and the sea. Flowers bloom, the breeze sunrises, petals grace, the clouds fill the sky, mountains stand tall, the mighty waves follow. They holler out to you and I. We watch all the land, the sky, the sea, and all living creatures seen and unseen. And tell in this world, custodians are we on the earth, our land, the sky, and the Flowers bloom, the breeze and sunrises, petals grace, the clouds fill the sky, mountains stand tall, the mighty waves follow. They holler out to you and I. Waves like the truth that the living creatures seen and unseen. This dwell in this world a home, custodians are we of the earth, our land, the sky. Is home to you and I. The earth, our land, the
And right now, time flies. And this is our last performance of the Youth4Climate Concert 2023. Coming up next, we will invite our youth performers on stage to perform Power in Us, which is a song specially composed by Anderson Rosier for the Antarctic Climate Expedition. Please join me in welcoming pianist Hilary Ife O'Sullivan, the soloist Verlin Chew, the rest of the choir, the ensemble singers. No matter how small, there is power in each and every one of us, and imagine the power of our joint forces and what we can all do together.
The voices try, but we drown them out. Can we hear the earth, or are we too loud? Silence now. Can you hear the earth? The ocean's crying, and the mountains unheard. There's power in us, we call it darkness, we call it love. There's power in love, we call it nature, we call it us. The voices try, but we drown them out. Can we hear So why are we waiting to find a time when even angels can't stand? Haven't you noticed when we don't listen, we don't change? So why are we waiting to find a time when even angels can't stay? Haven't you noticed when we don't listen, we don't change? There's so much change to be made. The voices try, but we drown them out. Can we hear the earth, or are we too loud?
Before we conclude, it is my great pleasure to welcome Minister Grace Fu, Minister for Sustainability and the Environment of Singapore, to the stage to deliver her Go Green Singapore message.
Thank you everyone for being here and supporting Youth for Climate. And first of all, let me thank City Development, Esther, always been a great sponsor for climate, and Samantha Tan for South Beach, really allowing us this platform to showcase what we stand for on climate, and also allow our young ones to give their expressions in their own ways, very artistically, on what their aspirations and their hopes are for climate. It's really wonderful, I mean, I sat down there and I sat through many of these items. It's like, when I was 8 years old, what was I doing then, Definitely not able to sing and dance like that. Can you give our performance really a big round of applause and encourage them? Wonderful work. And it's great to see that, we are bound, regardless of our art form, whether we are a singer, whether we are a dancer, whether we are a storyteller, or whether we are a graphic designer, that we have one common love, and that's really planet Earth. And our cause is a common one for all of us, climate. So we do our very best, but we need our young people. Most of all, most importantly, is that they have an advantage over us. Immense advantage of having 4 decades of time. So in 2050, when we're supposed to go net zero, they will be in the prime time of their lives. They will be in their 30s, 40s, or 50s. We will fade away as a generation that will steward this, and we have to pass on the baton to them. And they have everything at stake. The future that they're going to have, the future they're going to lead when they're in their 40s or 50s, depend on what happens from now to 2050. And I think it's much better for our youth to be involved in stewarding this process, telling us about their aspirations, questioning us, challenging us, and informing us along the way. So that's what the government will do. We involve the youth, and we involve all segments of the population in this process of change. The change is going to be immense. Just like fossil has become very much part of our lives, every aspect of lives, just think about decarbonizing it, removing carbon from our lives. So how do we go about this change? How do we do it in a way that is inclusive, that takes into account the needs of different generations, different gender, different background, different skill sets, different education level? I think it's a challenge for all of us. And we need to do it in an inclusive way so that we can reach our common goal, our common vision of Singapore. That's really what Forward Singapore on Stewardship is about. It's about engendering that common vision of livable world for Singapore. So I really, congratulate all the youth here today for really espousing your vision so that we have an idea, we have a conversation, we have discourse, but I also like to advocate to everyone here, including the parents, to be interested, to be aware, to advocate for environment and climate, and most of all, those of you who are in decision-making positions, to take action. To take action, whether it's a business, take action, whether it's a community, take action, whether it's in a school, to do something for climate and do it now because the climate can't wait for us. Thank you very much and congratulations again to all the performers.